Hi everyone, welcome to Conan Exiles, Age of Calamitous, and today I'm going to show you how to get or where to get Stormhold Thralls, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you how to get one, so stick around. Alright, so before we go to the actual locations on where you can potentially get tier 6 to tier 9 Stormhold Thralls, let's check the attributes real quick. There's really nothing much of a difference in terms of the attributes. Strength 13, agility 10, vitality 12 with growth chance of 70%, 40 for agility and 90 for vitality. For the captain, it's 6,944 right out of the box for the hit points. You will see later on that the officer, which is tier 7, has the same exact attributes, strength, agility, and vitality. Just an increase on the hit points for 7,750 right out of box. Let's go to the Stormhold Commander. Same attributes as you can see, but a higher hit points for 8,680. And lastly, the tier 9 Stormhold General, the same attributes pretty much, with 10,168 hit points. So as you can see, they have the same exact oh, hello there. All right, so yeah, they have the same attributes 100%, just a single difference in the hit points. But at the end of the day, it's all only gonna boil down to the perks that they're gonna get. But you don't have to worry about the AOC Thralls. I have leveled up a lot of AOC Thralls already up to level 20, and they perk up really well compared to the vanilla Thralls. So now the locations. Alright, so the first location is going to be in G3, and this is considered as an easy location where you can spot T1s and T2 Stormhold Thralls. So in this area right here, G3, there we go. So they roam around these parts of the map, and there's gonna be a guaranteed combination of 5 T1s and T2s for Stormhold Thralls in one guaranteed spawn for a Profession Thrall with them. They're not usually aggro, but I don't know what happened here. It seems that they killed some of the tribesmen in the area. So they're not aggro till you attack one of them. They will come at you and probably kill you right away if you don't have a good armor. Though this area is an early game area, this is still gonna be a very good spot where you can get early T1 or T2 Thralls for AOC. They're way stronger than the vanilla Thralls in early game. So I'm looking for the Profession Thrall that's usually roaming around with them. For some reason, they broke information. They're used to be in one line and then like roaming the area, but the Profession Thrall seems to, I don't know if it has been killed. That's impossible because the Profession Thrall is quite strong. Oh, here we go. All right, hey buddy. All right, so we have a Lumberjack. So this Thrall is going to be very useful if you are like if you're gonna take the forestry profession, I think, from the faction hall. All right. So the next one is in G7. So this is still considered as an easy spot where you can get a T5 Stormhold Thralls around here. So this spot will always have a guaranteed spawn of 2 Stormhold soldiers. So Stormhold soldiers are considered T5, right below the captain rank. As you can see, they're not aggro, and I don't know, for some reason they're alone here and they're guarding probably like something very important in that box. All right. Now, the next one is considered to be a medium in terms of difficulty because it's surrounded by a lot of Stormhold soldiers. So it's right here in the map. Here we go. It's in the jungle. This is the only location in the jungle where you can find spawns of Stormhold soldiers and a potential T6 to T9 Thrall. There we go. So again, they're not aggro until you initiate the attack first. So as you can see, the one in front. Okay, let's see. This is a Stormhold officer. So this is a T7 and guarded by a bunch of Stormhold soldiers. So that's not going to be easy. We have a performer here, and this is also the location where you can find the NPC George McQuillan. The NPC George McQuillan, where you can buy the specialty farming book if you belong to the Farmers Guild profession. Next stop is B6, just right outside of Supermeru. So it's this one is quite scattered because there's a mini base outside of Supermeru, and also in this area that I am at right now, there's gonna be a patrol walking down this path right here. Here we go, where I'm currently at, and then just right outside the gate there will be a mini camp with 2 buildings for Stormhold. Right, so the patrol is usually led by a crafter or a profession thrall. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Hi, sir. All right, so I think we have a cook accompanied by the footman Stormhold. So that's T1. And then well, the good thing about when you attack them, if ever you need the crafter thrall, is that for some reason, I don't know if it's a bug, but the original inhabitants of Supermeru, like the relic hunters, do not actually get involved, not until you actually hit them. So right here, so we have a bunch of T1 to T5 tiers of soldiers. So this one is not gonna be easy because if you attack this area right here, so for example, we have an officer right now, that's a T7. So in case you want to get the officer and take them as, you know, as your thrall, this area here though, 3 soldiers will not be aggroed. For some reason, as long as you don't get near them and you stay on this spot, they're not going to aggro. So you have to worry only about that group on the left and that group on the right, where you can see the crafter thrall as well. But the one by the gates will not aggro, not unless you go there and they get involved in the fight. Then yeah, it's gonna be a problem. We died a lot of times here. I was trying to get like a general is one of the officers here, and yeah, everyone attacked us because we were fighting all over the place. And of course, the last but definitely not the least is the main camp of the Stormhold in the Unnamed City. So in this location, we will be able to see 3 potential officers, T6 to T9. So I'm gonna be passing through the southern entrance because this is the easiest entrance among all the entrances for the Unnamed City. Especially there are a lot of Scourge bosses, at the same time the Servants of Wraiths. which will definitely one-shot you if you are not geared or if you are not yet leveled up. So we go through this path here in the southern entrance by the water gate. All right. And then we just have to turn right the moment that we get inside the gate because as you can see it's going to be a war zone between the Stormhold officers and archers, and also there will be a bunch of grunts in there. So we just go to the right, and then the first spot that you need to check, since they're not aggro, it's going to be very very easy for you to scout if you're looking for a general or a commander, um, officer or a captain. So the one here, okay, this is a captain guarded by two soldiers. I think one is an archer. And then the one here on the right, just on top of the ramp. Okay, this is an officer. But these spots can randomly spawn T6 to T9. So in my previous games, I was able to get all my generals from the unnamed city. And the reason why I got it from the unnamed city is because I found a way to cheese them, like to make sure that I don't get swarmed with all the soldiers and archers around, which I'm gonna be showing you later on. So we have a captain there. So this spot is gonna be tricky because if you attack one of them, there is a potential risk of everyone attacking you all at the same time. So this is not going to be an easy take if you are planning to capture one of the officers as your thrall. So you might want to bring a lot of friends with you, or maybe you can take advantage of the better thralls, just like me, where I usually bring two thralls with me. So I don't want to overdo it because I want to make the game still challenging, and as much as possible I don't spawn my thralls and I level them up manually for the challenge, of course. All right, so I have two officers here perked up, already level 20. So I will show you that it's possible to capture the officers in a named city with just two officers. All right, so up we go. All right, so I'm gonna be using the obelisk for the dregs, because that's the nearest obelisk for the southern entrance to the unnamed city. All right, just here we go. All right, and the thralls for AOC, I'm not quite sure if this is by design, but they don't usually pop right out the moment that you use teleport or the map room. As you can see, they're still not there. So what I do is I run to a certain spot here. Once I get to that rock right there, right past that rock, usually they pop out. And you will know because they usually make a sound. There we go. All right. There we go. My boys are here. So just to make sure that you have them in your follower party. So I'm not going to buff them up. So I'm just going to make sure that the Better Thrall mod is working well. So you can switch from deadly weapon to truncheon. And by the way, I'm using the truncheon that you can craft if you are able to capture a faction taskmaster. All right. So off we go to the entrance that I showed you earlier, and we turn right. And we scouted the place earlier. We have a captain on top, and then we have an officer, I think, on the ramp. And then we also have a captain by the other entrance on the left. There we go. Captain. All right. And then we go down Because what I do usually is that if I have uh, like if I'm really farming for thralls, I basically just wipe them out, like kill them. The bad thing is that they have really lengthy spawn duration. So I think the T9 spawns every after 2 hours. So here, this is how I do it. So I use a bow, or if you have magic, you can use the basic attack, and you can just pull. Here we go. All right. So pull one. Most likely, you will be able to pull all 5 of the soldiers, and sometimes including the officer, which is going to be really tricky. So what I do here, I keep the truncheon equipped, and I use my shield. But you have to watch out for your stamina because they hit really hard. So your stamina is gonna be taking away a lot of, it's gonna be chunked out really fast. All right, here we go. So we're lucky here that the captain did not come out, because he's gonna be wielding, I think, a two-handed hammer, and it's gonna pack a lot of damage. So here we go. We're done with that group. And then, if my calculation is correct, we have 3 soldiers or two soldiers. All right, and then the captain right behind them. I think they got stuck. So they were trying to actually respond, and they got stuck, which is fortunate for us. All right. Okay. Oops. I equipped my deadly weapon, and hopefully, okay, they're still in Trungeon. That's good. So, one thing you need to know about the Better Thrall mod in terms of forcing the Truncheon for the Thralls, if you change your equipped weapon in the middle of the animation, they're not going to actually change equip. So you have to make sure that they're idle like that, or they have already stopped or finished the animation, and you can do your switch. I'll show you right there. Okay. So now we're deadly armed, and I'm gonna show you where to cheese the officer on the platform. So what I do, I climb up here, just right on top of the wall, and then using my arrow, a bow and arrow. Sorry. All right. I'm going to. There we go. All right. Get the attention of the officer, hoping that the others will. Okay. So we have a full aggro, but not the whole camp. It's just the ones around the ramp. So make sure that if you have thralls, make sure that you rotate around them, so that eventually they will get the aggro of the thralls or the NPCs. There we go. Because you cannot afford to get hit multiple times by the officer, especially if it's a tier 9. The general, I think, is wielding an axe and a sword, I mean, and a shield, which has really fast combo. But do not underestimate the officer and the commander as well, because they're wielding two-handed weapons, and it's really gonna hurt. All right, so just finishing up here. There we go. As you can see, we switched to deadly because we have the officer down already. There, and we don't have to deal with the whole camp aggroing on you. All right. So if you're not gonna cheese this, I bet you have to really bring a lot of companions with you. So maybe the whole clan with you. It's gonna be fun though. So if you have a lot of clan members, I will highly suggest that you don't bring thralls here, and just to make it more challenging, right? and try to have fun while getting those thralls. All right, so for the one on top of the bridge, I usually position myself here, but in this situation, I think it's not very viable because we have aggros behind us. So we still have Vanguard archers. So one of the ways that I do this is just to go right up on top of the bridge. And then since it has a limited space, most of the time we're going to be able to trap the soldiers and the officers. All right, but this one is going to be a lot easier because, as you can see, we have already taken down the officers on the right ramp, the one below us. So if we didn't take them down first, I bet we will be swarmed here. And since we cannot move freely, there we go, he's down. Since we cannot move freely because it's a very limited space, we're probably going to end up dying. So it's not going to be a very good idea if there are still a lot of active NPCs or thralls underneath. So might as well cheese it from this area right here. So I highly suggest that right outside this exit right here, just right where we came in, you build a Will of Pain or a map room so that you can just TP back home. Or better yet, a cage or a prison from the sub-factions for a faster thrall crafting. Alright, so I think that's pretty much all I have for you today, you guys. So if you have any suggestions or if you think I missed something in this video, please leave a comment below. And if you like this guide, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more future videos. Bye bye for now.